Kia ora, noia e Māori, Rowandale families, Mr. Vasau here. Just want to share with you a update on what our school is going to look like for level 2. So as you all know, school starts on Monday the 18th of May. And school starts for everyone, that's all students and all staff. There are things that can keep you away from school. And so I've outlined these in our Alert Level 2 plan, as well as on our website, as well as in this blog that I'm going to share with you. But it's things like underlying medical condition, a compromised immune system, you've been ordered to be in quarantine because you've been exposed to COVID-19, or you've actually had a talk to me about reasons. So you need doctor certificates and all of these different things. So have a read of our Alert Level 2 plan, and also have a read of my principal's blog, and it will outline exactly which children should not be returning. But we are expecting everybody who can to make sure that they do come back. It has been far too long at home, and we need your children to come back. They need to come back to school. You guys need a break as well. Some of the things that we need to remember. So school's opening on Monday the 18th of May. If your child has a flu or cold or a little bit sick, we ask that they stay home. And if you've got more than one child, then all your children have to stay home. We ask you to ring up either Healthline or go to your doctor, or ring your doctor and get tested as well, so we can be safe that, ensure that you're okay. When children are at school, they'll be asked and they'll be expected to sanitize and wash their hands. All our surfaces will be regularly sanitized and wiped down. But if a child turns up to school and we feel that they're sick, then we're going to make provision for them to be sent home immediately. When you're at school and you're using the toilets, we're going to ask that children and adults wash their hands with soap and dry them. When you're at school, we're going to observe social distancing. So the expectation of social distancing for schools, we're going to enforce that at all times. All visitors and staff and students will be expected to do some healthy practice in that area. One tricky one, parents, you're not permitted to come onto the school property during Alert Level 2. It is because of the contact tracing that we need to do in the process, and if lots of parents come in, it's going to take a very long time for the office to clear, or for us to know exactly where parents have been. And for the safety of everybody that has children, we ask that you drop them off at the gates each day and you pick them up at the gates each day. There's a different way in which we're going to do the pickups and the drop-offs, but I'll talk about that now. So when you drop your children off, the gates will be locked right up until 8:15. At 8:15 in the morning, the gates will be open. So from 8:15 till 9 o'clock, your children can come in. At 9 o'clock, the gates are locked. Parents can't come in. They have to wait at the gate and say goodbye to your children at the gate. After school, there are three what we call departures from school. The first departure will be at 2:30 to 2:45. And these are families with more than one child. So usually the older child will pick up the younger child, and then they will all leave the school at 2:30 from the Arts Ave gate at the back of the school. So parents who have more than one child and are coming to pick them up, or children that walk home with more than one sibling, they have to leave through the Arts Ave gate, but that's at 2:30. So parents will be arriving around 2:30, and then all that side should be finished and everyone should be gone from that gate at 2:45. At 2:45 though, all the children in rooms 1 to 9 that are the only child at our school. So from rooms 1 to 9, the only child, at 2:45, you guys will be leaving through the Rowandale gate. And then at 3 o'clock, all the only child at school from rooms 10 to 28 will leave from the Rowandale gate as well. So we will have parents parking at different areas and then moving on, making room for other parents to come through to pick up their children. This is explained in the blog and in the plan, the Alert Level 2 plan. So have a look there. It's more detail. I was just sharing out loud a little thing that was different. So because parents aren't allowed onto the site, we also have provision that if visitors want to, then they must ring from the gates, and there'll be these signs there that have a number that you must ring to get permission to come in, and someone will come down and open the gate. We will also negotiate with parents on the ability for you to come into school, but you must ring the office and either talk to myself or Mr. Naidu, and we will approve you entry into the school. When we're back at school on Monday, all learning for the next 2 weeks under level 2, Alert Level 2, is online. So the children will carry on with the online learning. They will have their site, they will work in classes, they'll have devices, and they'll carry on with the learning using the devices, Zoom and all of those different platforms. One of the things is that if you keep your children home, they will only be able to access learning online. So they can only go to our learning site from our website or from a link from Facebook. We will not be preparing home packs for everybody and delivering those. So you can still learn online when you're at home and connect with your child's teacher. What else is there? The drinking fountains at school are going to be turned off, so the children won't be allowed to use the drinking fountain, the button one with the water coming out. What they will be able to do though is bring their own water bottles from home, and they'll be able to fill their water up with filtered water, or they can buy some water and bring that to school. So water will be provided, and we'll make sure that if children don't have water, we'll make provision for them. What else is there on my list? I'm just having a look at my computer. Social distancing. Yeah. So, when your children come back to school, we'll look after them. We'll keep them safe. We'll make sure they keep social distancing. We'll make sure they sanitize and wash their hands. We'll make sure that all the practices we have in place at Rowandale will keep your child safe. I'm also worried about my staff. I'm making sure that they are also safe in this whole return to school. We're going to want to look at building everybody's well-being. It's great to be back. We're so excited about being back, but we've got to still make sure that we do such good job, that there's no cases of COVID in New Zealand, and that we can get to level 1 real soon. So I'm going to text all the parents now, and I'm going to share with you a link to my blog. If you click on the blog, there's all this information in there, and there's a link in there to the Alert Level 2 plan. As well as this video. So, nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa.